everyone, Perfect Kathy here. Welcome to Cinderella Phenomenon. Before we begin, don't forget to comment, leave a like, and subscribe with your tongue, cause why not? Alright. Okay, where are we going? Okay, where were we last time? Alright, secrets. Once again, everyone is being secretive. Why the sour face, princess? Are you worried about what happens to the people in the palace you cared for nothing for? I thought it said for nothing. But it is technically speaking, it is nothing full of. Then Laura. It's okay, Parfait. She's telling the truth. I cared about no one except my dolls. Okay, that was uncalled for. But really though, there is something I've been meaning to tell you. Since you're here now, I may as well say it. I knew you for 1 year before I cursed you. I saw what your mother had done to you, and I knew I needed to undo the damage before your birthday. Why is she talking about this now? I called you cruel and wicked when I knew that the way you were was caused by the way your mother brought you up. Also, it's nature versus nurture. And when we talked about Hydril the other day, I was unfair in what I said to you. We all have to face reality, but... Delora paused, looking surprisingly solemn. She sighs, then continues. I always knew you had some good in you. I saw it when... I accidentally clicked the button. Oh, gosh, I'm sorry, Delora. You have a good heart. You like me! Many people enjoy flattery, princess, and a lot of people are receptive to flattery. But nothing can measure up to a genuine compliment. Just complimenting me? Thank you? Thank you! Out of all of the people, I did not expect Delora to compliment me. Not when she makes a point of always telling me the blunt truth. Thank you. There is no shock on Parfait and Delora's face when they smile at me. I'm beginning to think you and Delora are alike. You're both stubborn and have good in you, but you hide it behind sarcasm. Hey, Catherine and I are nothing alike. I feel lighter somehow. I do not know if I have forgiven Delora just yet, but her cursing me has led me to see many things I would not have seen before. Words, people, words. I owe her nothing, but I am still happy, even if the truth hurts. You are a very smart cookie, Catherine. Oh, what is this? My lovely little princess is in here with you two. Oh, dear God. Oh, Rumple, you're here early tonight. What? Were we expecting him? Surprised to see me, beautiful? No. Rumple's early anxiety is gone. He looks at me with unbridled enthusiasm. I heard the princess thank you from a distance. The words are always more beautiful when leaving her mouth. Punch him on the shoulder, please. Please, Catherine, just for me. So, you were also eavesdropping. You two are very alike. Not at all. Rumple leans towards me and smiles. My dream is to one day hear those words from you too, because you say them as gentle as the wind. Someone please punch him. Please. Or slap him. Please, that works too. If you're here to talk to Parfait about medicine, then I'm out. Catherine, you should leave too. Well then, sleep well, beautiful maidens. Oh dear God. I quickly finished my chore and returned to my room, where I lay on my bed contemplating tomorrow. I cannot believe Bria wrote back to me. Tomorrow I will meet with her and hopefully she will agree to give me his journals. I hope this works. For Rumpel's sake. Oh gosh. I have no idea what that says. Chair barrier? I think. Today I am outside by myself. I think if Parfait or Delora knew, they would do worse than scold me. I stifle uncomfortably as I sit at the little cafe Bria told me to wait for her at. A part of me is already convinced that she will not come. When I wrote her that letter asking for Rumpel's journal and she responded so easily, I was a little suspicious, but this is really the only chance I have. Be brave. The only chance you'll have at what? At having hot chocolate with an X? Bria appears in before me, not looking altogether unpleased, but still not smiling. Nothing at all. I do not like her, but I will have to play nice if I want to get Rumpel's journals back. Hold on one, guys. I need water. Okay. Sorry guys, I went to go drink water and I went to go get the dogs in from outside. I went on drink water. Okay. Where was it? Oh yeah, ... Thank you for meeting me out here. Bria takes a seat in front of me, her expression still flat. You asked me in your letter why I was refusing to speak to Rumpel, and then you told me you wanted to meet me to find out what. Oh gosh, I read. Come here. I need a pupper. I need a puppy. Look at me. Look at you. Say hi to everyone. Okay, that's close enough. You want the journals too, don't you? I do. She reaches into a bag and pulls out a few journals that I assume are Rumpel's. Oh! It's a very petite bag. So she does have them. I know in your eyes I must seem the villain, but I'm not the only one at fault in this relationship. Years ago when I met Rumpel, he was, as he is now, flirtatious, charming, over the top, and yet his compliments still made my heart sore. His compliments may be shallow, but Rumpel is far from it. I pined after him for years. He was learning medicine, and I was studying to take over my mother's sewing shop. In the first year that I knew him, Rumble always complimented my work, even though it was nothing special. He insisted we do trade-offs. When we started dating, he would offer me flowers and trinkets, and in exchange, I would sell him some articles of clothing. I can see he's still wearing the scarf that I made him. That scarf was from Bria? We fell in love. Rumble became a changed man, more serious. He became a doctor, and I opened up a shop. We were supposed to have a fairy tale ending, but her expression falls again as she looks absently down at the table. We saw in each other ideals that didn't exist. Love can be shallow or it can be deep. I felt our love was deep, but in truth, I only ever knew the very surface of Rumple. The surface? I saw his kindness, his charm, and his drive to do what was right. But then, as time went on, I also saw what that meant. The world is a place where only the strong survive. People are kind, but they will take advantage of those who are too caring. That's true. Sadly, that is true. Those sound like Mother's words. I shudder as I think about Mother's pessimism, the same kind that lies in me. It is a realistic way of looking at the world, but it is also a dismal and cloudy that it is impossible to see any light within it. Rumple helped a lot of people. Many of them were wondrous people, and I was always happy to see him do so much. But then, he started putting other people above himself, and because we lived together, that meant me as well. Okay. Maybe it sounds petty to you, but no woman wants to live in poverty. I looked at her skeptically. In the back of my mind, I remembered the covenants of luxury of so much money. Then I recalled the feeling of living poor on the streets and flinch. We had a house and we had a reputation, but Rumple refused money most of the time. He helped lots of poor people, but he also dried out our wallets. And whenever I brought it up to him, he would smile, as if that could just get rid of all of our problems. Maybe it could. He made a name for himself as a doctor who helped the poor for minimal money, sometimes for free. And even when I told him we needed more money, he would put other people first. He was so selfish that he became selfish. Huh? And I told him before that he should have accepted money, that he needed it. So selfless, he became selfish. I had to go behind his back to find payment. What I was making wasn't enough. So I went to find his patients and tried to ask for a payment. I became almost like a beggar. Can you imagine my humiliation? Rumple puts his patients before Bria? I was convinced he didn't love me, and my love dwindled for him. Our relationship became strained. Bria goes on to explain the events that happened between her and the nobleman. He was one of Rumble's patients, and when she went to ask him and when she went to him to ask for the money, he had originally offered, the two of them became intimate. But it was short-lived, and when the nobleman left her behind, Bria had to deal with a soured reputation. I wanted to make it up to Rumple. I thought I could salvage this relationship, maybe even start over and teach him that what was right, but that is not my place. She sighs deeply and then gestures at me. I share blame in all of this too, but so does Rumple. That's why I've decided to let this all go. Whatever he does now, you'll have to deal with, because you're his partner, right? Bria hands me the bag of journals. You're still giving them to me? Don't look so surprised. You came here for these, not to listen to me. I thought on it last night, and I have no reason to keep them around when they'll just continue making me bitter. I'll have to rely on myself for a while, but that's fine. Sometimes it's easier to keep yourself than to trust others. She moves to stand up, but I surprise myself by reaching out to grab her hand. Oh God, what are you gonna do? Bria, I don't need your pity. I thought the same thing. What? I still think the same thing. It is so much easier to close the world off. It is so much easier to trust no one but yourself, but it should also be a balance. That is what Rumple has taught me. And I want to teach him how to have balance too. You? You're falling for his kindness the same way I did. You fell in love with him, and even though you told yourself he was shallow and unrealistic. I love him as a friend. Okay? My heart thumps once loudly in my chest. Love? I can read it right off your face. I know how it feels too, but don't get wrapped up in an idea, little girl. That is my warning. If you can help him, actually help him, then you're meant to be together. But otherwise, trusting Rumple might only break your heart. I am not a little girl. I know how to be realistic. My words trail off as I look at her helplessly. Bria surprises me by speaking up quietly. Thank you for listening to me. She pulls her hand away and slowly smiles at me. It is the first honest smile I have seen on her face. I feel something warm at my chest, then a bright light emanates from my neck. What? A good deed for listening to Bria, or? I glance down at the bag of journals, then down at my necklace. I touch the pendant. The new piece brings a brief smile to my lips. I have 2 good deeds now. Only one more, and I can break my curse. Magic? Is this another fairy tale curse? Yes. Your name was Catherine, wasn't it? Rumple talked about you fondly. I hope that the both of you break your curses. Good luck. Bria walks away, leaving me by myself in the town square. My mind swirls with everything that she just told me. I still cannot bring myself to like Bria, but I feel more closure now. But now something plagues my mind. How could I fall in love with someone like Rumble? Yeah, he's my friend! that I sometimes want to punch. The more I say it, the more it becomes a certainty, but rather than fill me with joy, it only makes me more confused. I cannot think about this now. I turn on my heels to head back and bump promptly into a man. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, madam. Wait a second. You kinda look like... What's his name? Walt. You know, that little show guy, the one that has the Peter Pan curse? You kinda look like him. Do you both have golden eyes? I mean, same hairstyle. He smiles at me and then keeps walking. I stare after him, feeling slightly uncomfortable. With the mask and cloak of the man reminded me of a performance. See, even she thinks of it! I make my way back to the Martian with the bag of journals, still struggling to keep my mind from wandering. Every time I think about Rumple being so close to me or his kindness towards me, I feel jittery inside. Despite everything that Bria said, I cannot stop these feelings. These feelings are annoying. Thank you, Catherine. Yet, even as I think that, I know it is not the full truth. Do I really? I hear the Martian door opening, and out steps Waltz. The minute he